Hey guys, it's me King Diablo, and in today's video I'll show you the character rework patch in Chaos server for Yacha, Titan, Sura, Destroyer, Blademaster and Lotus classes. So let's start with Yacha class. So the passive skill for Yacha class has been nerfed. The additional damage dealt by Eagle Drop and Lights Out skills when the passive skill effect is active has now been reduced to 120%. But the damage dealt to monsters has now been increased to 15% when the passive skill effect is active. Now let's see Titan class rework. This is the first rework skill for Titan class. This skill now does knockback on successful hit for the first two hits of the skill. The additional attack of this skill now does a knockdown on successful hit instead of knockback on successful hit. This is the second rework skill for Titan class. The attack speed of this skill has increased and the knockback on last hit of this skill has been changed to knockdown on last hit. Also now when the passive skill effect is active and Titan is in his beast form, the movement speed and the attack range of this skill increases. This is the third rework skill for Titan class. This skill can now be linked with the Raging Thunder skill when the passive skill effect is active and Titan is in his beast form. This is the fourth rework skill for Titan class. When the passive skill effect is active and Titan is in his beast form, the movement distance of the skill increases. Also, you can now use the Raging Thunder skill quickly after using this skill. Also, the flow of this skill now deals 500% damage of the skill. This is the fifth reverse skill for Titan class. The Raging Thunder skill and the Fearsome Tyrant skills can now be used quickly after using the last hit of the skill. Also now you can move around and attack after the first hit of the skill lands successfully. This is the sixth reverse skill for Titan class. The flow of this skill now deals 500% damage. This is the last reverse skill for Titan class. The skill damage increase effect of the skill has now been buffed and now it increases the skill damage by 20%. Now let's see Sura class rework. This is the first reverse skill for Sura class. You can now link the after image skill quickly after using the teleport attack of the skill. This is the second reverse skill for Sura class. The attack speed of the skill has increased. The passive skill effect of Sura class has also been buffed. The passive skill effect that used to increase the skill damage of the first skill used while in invisibility mode by 50% has now been changed. This effect now does not increase the skill damage if you use the teleport attack of the invisibility skill. Now let's see Destroyer class rework. This is the first rework skill for Destroyer class. The attack speed and the attack range of the skill has increased. And the knock up effect of the skill has been changed to knock down effect. The attack speed and attack range of the flow of the skill has also increased. Also, the flow now does daze on first hit and knock down on last hit. This is the second rework skill for Destroyer class. This skill now has super armor, but it's not applied in arena. Also, a new flow has been added to the skill that increases the attack speed of the skill and the attack range of the skill when activated. Also, this flow deals the same damage as the skill and does up to 3 hits. This is the third rework skill for Destroyer class. A new flow has been added to the skill that increases the movement distance of the skill by consuming 60 mana points. This is the fourth rework skill for Destroyer class. The mana consumption of the skill has been reduced to 10 mana points. This is the last rework skill for Destroyer class. You can now link the Flame Buster skill quickly after using this skill. Now let's see Blademaster class rework. This is the first rework skill for Blademaster class. The casting speed of the skill has been increased. This is the second rework skill for Blademaster class. You can now use this skill more quickly after using the Water Sprout skill and its flow. Also, the PvP damage of this skill has increased. This is the third rework skill for Blademaster class. You can now use other skills quickly after using this skill. This is the fourth rework skill for Blademaster class. The super armor on the additional attacks of the skill now works in Arena 2, and also the casting speed of the skill has increased. The passive skill effect for Blademaster class has also been reworked. The critical damage reduction effect of the passive skill of Blademaster class has now been removed. Now let's see Lotus class rework. This is the first rework skill for Lotus class. The attack speed and PvP damage of the skill has increased, and you can now link the Blooming Blade skill quickly after using this skill. Also, the previous flow of this skill has now been replaced with a new flow. This new flow does 100% skill damage of the skill, does up to 7 hits, has super armor and grab immunity effects, and does knockback on successful hit. This is the second rework skill for Lotus class. The PvP damage of the skill has increased. Also, the forward range of the first hit and the attack speed of the last hit of the flow of the skill has been increased. Also, the flow of this skill can now be used quickly after using dodges. This is the third rework skill for Lotus class. Now after using the fluttering petals flow of the scale, the time available for using the additional attacks of the scale has been reduced. This is the 4th reward scale for Lotus class. The PvP damage of the scale has increased. This is the 5th reward scale for Lotus class. The PvP damage of the scale has increased. Also, the movement distance of the first state of the flow of the scale has increased. And now you can cancel the flow of the scale by using dodges. The passive skill for Lotus class has also been reworked. The passive skill effect that used to increase the skill damage of all skills by 10% for 3 seconds when attack has been changed. It now increases the skill damage of all skill by 15% for 5 seconds when attack. The flow of this skill has also been buffed, and now the passive skill effect does not cancel when using the flash step skill. That is it for today, and if you enjoyed this video then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. I will see you in the next video.